I don't normally like wearing my glasses when I do videos, just because of the ring light. Otherwise, I have no problem wearing them. There we go. Just because the ring light, as you can see, there's a glare and it drives me up the wall. And I don't want to sit here and talk to you guys like I'm looking down at you. I want to look at you straight on. Straight. So, on my TikTok platform, I asked if there was questions that people would like me to answer, like just a general Q&A, most commonly asked questions, if you will. So Naruto is going to help me help read these off. In no particular order. I just kind of wrote them down as it was. It was in order. Yeah, it was in order, just as they came out. So what's your definition of success? It depends on like what your definition of success is, I guess. But for me, if your bills are paid, you have food in your fucking house, in your fridge, your cupboards, you know, even if you're broke, but if your bills are paid and your basic means of living and like your costs are taken care of, I think that's pretty fucking good, right? I don't look at success as in what you have, but what you are doing. So, you know, if your bills are paid and you're in a decent place, like decent state of mind, your mental health is okay, your work's okay, I'd say you're doing pretty fucking good. When are you planning on proposing to your girlfriend? I'm gonna fucking just squash this real quick. One, I absolutely despise when people ask that question. Quit fucking pressuring people and asking people about proposal or their marriage and shit. If you want to get married, they're gonna get married. Two, I think marriage is a fucking crock of shit. A complete sham. I will never get married. I cannot stress that enough. There is no way on this fucking earth I will ever decide to get married. Like, ever. It's not for me. I think marriage is a fucking complete sham. Waste of money. I think it's dead. It's so dead. And another thing too is like you spend all this money, like let's just say worst case it doesn't fucking work out. You spend all this money on a marriage, and then you spend, and let's say you're not civil and shit's not civil at all, then you just spend a lot of money on a divorce lawyer. Just no. If I love you, okay, and this is what it works out for me. If I love you and I am with you, I will be with you and I will communicate. I will work through shit through thick or thin. I do not need a fucking piece of paper or a ring stating that you are mine and I am yours. You are not mine and I am not yours. You are free to come and go as you please. If you so as choose to bless me with your time, your energy, or the rest of your life, then I am fucking blessed with that and I am thankful for that, and I will do that to the fullest extent that I am capable of doing. And if for some reason it doesn't fucking work out, it doesn't fucking work out. I think marriage is dumb. Thank you. Okay. Hardest part about becoming sober. The whole mental aspect of it. Like, for me, it wasn't the being lonely part and realizing like, oh, like I'm so alone because now I'm sober, and the people I always hung out with and associated with were drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever the case was. It was up here, dealing with my traumas and my past history of just poor life choices and coping mechanisms and all that coming to light, and me having to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me. I would say that was the hardest part about becoming sober. Do you like going off-roading? I love going on like ATVs, like quads, four-wheelers and such. I just don't have one. So when I'm out at the farm or I'm with friends who have one, fuck yeah, I want to go. But I also live in Edmonton. I don't have a lot of friends here, except for a few friends out in Bruderheim that go ATVing or off-roading. So yeah, I would say if I got invited to go and I knew who I was going with, absolutely, it's a lot of fun. But as it stands, I gotta say no, because I don't have anything. I don't have any toys. But I do enjoy it. How tall are you? I'm 5'11", 205 pounds of fat fuck. My favorite color? Blue. Blue or red. Blue, red, or black. It just reminds me of when my father used to beat me. No. I really like the color blue. Different shades of it. I don't really like bright, flashy, fluorescent neon colors. I like just, I don't know, darker. But blue I find very relaxing, very calm, very approachable. And then I like red too because it gives off like this really bright and intoxicating aura to it, right? And then black just goes good with everything. So I would say those three. Favorite tattoo and how many tattoos do I have? My skull sleeve is my absolute favorite. It was done by my best friend's tattoo artist before he passed away. So my best friend passed away from a fentanyl overdose. I got his initials. I got a memorial tattoo right here by my bicep in honor of him and everything he's ever done for me and helped me with in my life as a young man and as a, I guess, a mentor, a brother, if you will. So I got that tattoo in honor of him, the Grim Reaper, his name, right, birthday. So his tattoo artist did it, and his tattoo artist passed away as well. And so my friend passed away, that tattoo artist and I became like really good friends. And it wasn't because he was tattooing me and shit. We were able to talk about real shit. It was never about, hey man, when can you tattoo me? When can you tattoo me? There was times like I just threw this guy money because he was such a, like, I didn't look at him as a tattoo artist. I honestly looked at him as a good friend, someone I could go to with confidence and just talk to and vent to. So when they both passed away, that put me on my ass. Like that fucking hurt. It sucked a lot. Yeah. What would older you tell younger you? Not a damn thing. There is nothing that a 30-year-old me could tell a fucking 13-year-old, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I wasn't gonna fucking listen to nobody. If I wasn't gonna listen to my mom, if I wasn't gonna listen to my girlfriends at the time, I wasn't gonna listen to nobody, and I sure as fuck wouldn't listen to me. So keep on keeping on, because like when you're ready to fucking learn and listen, you're ready. Not before, not any time before that or during. Like once you are ready, you're fucking ready. My god, it's gonna take forever. What's your drive / motivation for staying clean and working out? The gym's always been an outlet for me. It's always been a healthy place, right? For some people, it might be poetry, it might be art, it might be hiking, camping, spending time with their dogs. The gym has always been somewhere where I could go. I used to do judo competitively. I went provincials when I was a teenager. I went nationals when I was 15, and I got to go to the Olympic training camps or tryouts for the Olympic training camps here in Canada when I was a teenager. And I didn't do very well at both the nationals and the Olympic training camp, but they let me go because my ground game was actually really good. But in judo, if you get thrown and you land on your back, it's ippon, fucking game over. And I fucking slaughtered it in provincials. I thought I was untouchable. I thought I was king shit. And when I went to nationals, holy fuck was I humbled. I was humbled so fast. My first match, I did really good. At least I thought I was. And Buddy was just toying with me. Motherfucker was just straight up toying with me and having fun and wanted to see what I could do. And then the second fight, I fucking gave it everything I had in the tank because that was make it or break it. That was like semifinals. I had to win this fight, and I lost. And I was so mad, and I was such a poor sport about it. But I shook hands with them. It was just like my display after. Like, I punched the mat. I was like, "Fuck!" Right? I was pissed. But it was a lot of fun. So I don't know what I had to say about that. But after like that, the gym, so going from martial arts and then to working out, that was just always an outlet for me. Especially when I stopped playing video games, the gym was always there for me. And that's my sanctuary. It's my fucking place. I have a home gym, and then there's the public gyms I go to. So I always make sure there's something near me at all times that I'm able to work out with. Thoughts on the afterlife and the meaning of life. Thoughts on life. Okay. I don't really have any thoughts on the afterlife, right? As far as I'm concerned, when our time comes, we die. Like, you only have whatever time it is that you have on this earth, and it could end at any moment. So I think that it's best to just enjoy life for what it is. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever you enjoy in life, enjoy it. Go fucking 110% into what you enjoy. If you want to fucking be a lazy ass couch potato for the day, then you fucking commit to being a lazy fucking potato. If you want to fucking be Mr. Olympia, if you want to do this, you want to do that, you fucking commit to it. All in, or you're all out. Which family member are you closest to? My mom. I didn't have my dad growing up. My biological dad was a bum. My stepdad was a fucking bum. My mom's husband, when I was a teenager, I actually would consider him a dad. I still have a lot of respect for him. It didn't work out between the two of them in the end. But that man had a really positive impact in my life, and he's the only person I will actually call my dad. Otherwise, the other two are fucking deadbeats. But my mom has always been in my corner. She's always been supportive. Even when I was at my lowest, she never really left me. I was the one who would turn my back on her, and she's always been there for me. So, my mom, and my grandmother on my biological father's side of the family, I would say mostly the women in my life, whether it's my grandmothers, my mom, maybe even my aunt, or girlfriends at the time. It's always been women in my life who have had the most positive effect or push in my life. Whether it's for better or for worse, it's always, in the end, been for the better. Favorite quote? Live simply so others can simply live. Yeah. Favorite day of the year? I really don't have a favorite day, right? The reason I say that is, there's people who will wake up and they dread Monday. They're like, oh, fuck me. Monday sucks, but they live for the weekend. The Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday rolls around, they're kind of bummed out. I don't like that shit, right? To me, if all you live for is the weekend, that's not a really happy and meaningful life. So if I had a specific favorite day, to me it's the same concept. I favorite that day. I want that day. I become possessive of that day. Every day is a great day, right? Now, if we're talking about holidays, Christmas. But the reason I say that has nothing to do with the gifts or anything. I just love the festivities. I love the decorations and shit. I love snow. I love the winter. I'm a winter body through and through. I think it's the most beautiful time of the year. It's either winter or summer. The in-betweens I fucking don't care for. I do not care for. But overall, I think every day is a great day. I think every day is a beautiful day. And I think every day has the potential to be an amazing day if you so choose to let it be that way. Favorite place and vacation place? My family has property out in Salmon Arm, British Columbia, Canada. The Shuswap. So that is probably one of my favorite places. It is relaxing. It's therapeutic for me. I enjoy being there. That is my happy place. And if I ever had the money to move and live comfortably in British Columbia, I would. I would probably move down into the Shuswap area. I say that now. I probably would. I would probably move out that way, honestly. If I could find a nice little lake lot, I would move out there, build my dream home. Which obviously would have a fucking kick-ass gym. And I would put up a fucking 8-foot, 10-foot fence so nobody could fucking come in. Yeah, and a bunch of dogs. That is what I would do. My worst fear. Losing my mom. I'm not afraid of dying. I've attempted suicide multiple times in my life. I'm not afraid of bugs or drowning or catching on fire or being caught in an explosion or some sort of freak accident death in that way. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of losing a limb or being impaled by something. It's losing my mom. My mom has been there from the very beginning. My mom has been very supportive and loving and understanding and very patient with me. So losing her is something I am truthfully and honestly scared of. That is something I fear. Kids in the future? Absolutely not. Nobody wants little fucking crotch gremlins. I'm just kidding. So in regards to children, I have a vasectomy. My shit is snipped. Not because I don't want kids. I just don't want stupid gluten-free babies, okay? I'm allergic to gluten. I gotta be a little more serious. I'm sorry. I would rather adopt, honestly. I have had 2 pregnancies in my time, both for reasons I don't want to get into because it's a bit of a story. It didn't work out. So we went to the clinic. We were at wrong place, wrong time in our lives. It just wasn't fucking ready. So I've gone through 2 abortions, and I have no resentment towards either of those women. I understand. I'm an adult. Even then, looking back at it, like it makes sense. We just were not ready. We were not in a good place financially, emotionally, like there's a lot of factors, and I understand it, and I'm okay with that. Right? And I have no ill will to them. I wish both of them the absolute world. I will still love them. They always will have a special place in my heart, and I mean that. But the reason I got a vasectomy is 1, my pull-out game sucks. It fucking sucks. 2, if I want to, I could reverse the vasectomy. And if I want to have a family, like a child, I want to make sure that I'm in a position in my life where I am secure, I am happy. Sober was a big one. I wanted to be sober and know that things were going to be okay, that I was responsible and ready, right? And I know you can never be ready for a child. I fucking get that. I do. What made you get sober? A relationship, actually. I was in a relationship with someone that they wanted to have kids with me. They wanted to have the whole fucking 9 yards, fucking house, white picket fence, all that bullshit. They wanted the whole fucking 9 yards. And I said, absolutely, get sober with me. We were both fucking high functioning addicts. And the response was no. I'll get sober when I'm ready. Get sober when I'm pregnant. Not good enough for me. Shortly after, I got a DUI. I got convicted for that because here in Canada, it is a criminal offense. Driving under the influence or operating a motor vehicle while under the influence is a criminal offense. So that happened. When that happened, I blatantly said, you have this long to get sober, otherwise I'm not going to be here anymore. And we tried getting sober together. One person would try in a few days of sobriety, and the other person would be like, it's just a drink. And it kept fucking going and going and going. Together, it wasn't possible for us to get sober. Fast forward, I walked away from the relationship, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. It still does to this day. Right? That was a few years that I had to walk away from with someone, and I was mad. I had a lot of resentment towards that because our relationship was based around substances. And I couldn't really fucking sort through, was it actual love or was it substance, right? So to the person, I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry that I broke your heart, and I'm sorry that you feel that I abandoned you and have left you in that sense. But we tried. We really did try. And we can have a difference of opinion on that. And I'm sorry. That's all I can say. I know, I'm a piece of shit. Have you ever fallen in love with someone who you think is the one and lost it all? Yep. Oh yeah. There was a woman who I could have sworn up and down was my end all be all. I have never loved someone the way I loved her. I was infatuated with her, like almost obsessed if you would, but I respected her and I would have done anything for her, to the point where I put my life on hold in some sense for her for like 8 years, waiting for an opportunity to have a second chance with her. And every time that would happen, I just happened to be conveniently there for her to just step over and go on to her next relationship, and I stayed. And I stayed for that with the hopes that maybe next time. And it sucked. It sucked every fucking time. Every fucking time I would cry. I'd be heartbroken, I'd be devastated, and I always got a similar excuse. You know, I'm not ready to date. I need to focus on me. You're a great guy. I just don't want to date you right now. I can't date you. I need to be ready before I can commit to you. Meanwhile, I'm being wheeled and dealed, and there's someone else always in the picture. Shit sucked, man. It fucking sucked. It still sucks to this day. Because I would have, in a heartbeat, given this person everything. Absolutely everything. And they wouldn't, couldn't, and didn't want to give that to me in return. And it took me a long time to come to terms with that and realize that I was just there for their convenience, not because they loved me or cared about me. That shit sucked. Have you ever been homeless? Yes and no. Homeless in the sense that I didn't have an apartment or a townhouse or like a roof over my head as in a house. But I had my truck. I would sleep in my truck. I lived in my truck for about 7 months. So not homeless in the sense I'm living on the streets, but homeless in the sense that I didn't have a home to go to. But at the end of the day, that was kind of like a personal choice because I chose to live in my truck so I could party and continue pursuing my addiction while I was in active addiction. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? Okay. There's a couple places I would absolutely love to see. So my family originates from Germany and Holland on my mom's side of the family, and then on my father's side of the family, I am Norwegian. Well, I'm Irish first, Scottish, French, and Norwegian. So those are my backgrounds. So I would love to see Germany. I would love to see Holland. Holland, especially during the summer. I would love to see the flower fields. As fucking pansy as that sounds, I think Holland would be very beautiful to see the countryside. Norway. I think Norway would be absolutely beautiful to see, especially after all the Viking stuff that has come out on fucking TV. But I would love to see a lot of the countrysides of this. When it comes to Germany, I would love to see like the capitals. I would love to see the cities. I would love to see their museums. During World War I, my great-grandfather helped dig trenches in Holland for people to flee. I think actually during both wars. Was it World War I or World War II? I can't remember. I'd have to ask my grandmother this. They don't like talking about this topic too much, which is understandable. I think it was World War I. No. Maybe it was, I think it was, no, it was the Second War. It was the Second War, sorry. My grandfather dug trenches under Holland, in Holland, for people to flee, which I think is absolutely amazing. Let's see. Ireland, I think one day it'd be really cool to go to Ireland. Scotland, even. Would it be offensive if I wore a kilt? I don't know. I'm gonna do it. But those, so you put those countries aside, where my family and whatnot stems from. I would love to, like this. It's also expensive. Traveling's fucking expensive. I would love to see Japan. I would love to see the countryside, and I would love to go to Tokyo. Once again, I'm a fucking dork. I love anime. I would love to see Tokyo. And the countryside, Bunny Island is always something I wanted to see. And then Thailand and Eastern Asia, I would love to go see that. But that's pretty much it for me. Like for things that I would absolutely love to see. Like if I had like $1 million tomorrow, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go see these places now and just get it off the bucket list. But maybe one day that can happen. If you could live anywhere, I would live in British Columbia, Canada, without hesitation. British Columbia. If it ever becomes the option or opportunity for me, that's home. If you meet anyone past or living, who and why? My grandmother. I would want to meet my grandmother again, just so I could spend some more time with her. I would love it. I would love to meet her in a healthier, younger state, even if it's just for a day. It would be my grandmother, right? If I could only meet them for like a day or whatever the time frame is, it would be my grandmother, just to have a little bit more time. a little bit more time with her. I didn't, when I was in active addiction, I selfishly chose my addictions over spending time with my grandmother, so I regret that, and I would love to see her more. What type of a vehicle do I drive? I drive a 2009 F-150 XLT 5-liter. Yeah, I drive a fucking Ford. Okay, so you usually see me, like, in a lot of my TikToks, I'll have like a little green dental floss stick. I get asked why I have that on me all the time. So I work in Alberta, Canada, and a lot of the oil sand projects at one point said no to chewing tobacco. So I went from chewing tobacco, dip, to that, and it was just easier to have that on me because I just fuck around with it and play with it. So there's that. And then the last question I got is, are your teeth real? Yes, these are not veneers, they're not dentures, these are my real teeth. I had braces in middle school from grade fucking 9 up until high school, going into grade 11, I think. So like 2.5 years I had braces. I had a crossbite, so I had a spacer in my mouth to fix my teeth. My teeth are white as they are. I'm not sponsored by these motherfuckers. It's just what I do. One of my ex-girlfriends got me into bleaching my teeth. But I use Crest White Strips, the hour-long ones. Crest 3D whitening toothpaste. And then I floss my teeth like a motherfucker. So, anyway, this is a long video. I apologize. Hopefully you guys liked it. If there's any other questions you want to know, or like commonly asked questions, or whatever the fuck it is, fire away. Like, let me know. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys liked it. If not, I apologize for posting this. Anyway, I'm gonna look at getting a fucking poster to put behind me. I don't know if the gray thing looks cool. Maybe I'll get like an Uchiha crest, put it right above my head. Maybe I'll put a scaffolding flag behind me. I don't fucking know. But I'm gonna look at putting something behind me just so it's not so plain. It gives it a little bit of life. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe to me. I appreciate every video. So it means a lot. Thank you guys.